When inserting or removing a cord cap into a receptacle, it is crucial to prioritize safety. Working on energized equipment presents significant risks, and understanding these hazards is paramount. One primary risk is electric shock. Electric shock occurs when the body becomes part of an electrical circuit, leading to potentially fatal consequences. The severity of an electric shock depends on several factors, including the voltage, current, duration of contact, and the individual's physical condition. Even a relatively low voltage can cause a painful shock, while higher voltages can result in severe burns, cardiac arrest, and death. Another potential hazard is arc flash. Arc flash is a dangerous electrical explosion that occurs when a flashover of electric current leaves its intended path and travels through the air from one conductor to another or to ground. This can happen when inserting or removing a cord cap if there is a loose connection or a buildup of contaminants. Arc flashes generate intense heat pressure waves and molten metal, posing severe burn and blast injury risks. Furthermore, working energized increases the likelihood of accidental shorts or equipment damage. If a tool or conductive object comes into contact with an energized conductor, it can create a short circuit, leading to a sudden release of energy and potential equipment failure. Firstly, before commencing any work on electrical equipment, it is essential to energize the circuit whenever possible. This involves turning off the power at the circuit breaker or disconnect switch and verifying that the circuit is indeed energized using a voltage tester. Secondly, if de-energizing is not feasible due to operational requirements, strict adherence to safety protocols is paramount. These protocols include wearing appropriate personal protective equipment or PPE, such as insulated gloves, safety glasses, and flame-resistant clothing. Insulated gloves protect against electric shock by providing a barrier between the hands and energized conductors. Safety glasses safeguard the eyes from flying debris and arc flash hazards. Flame-resistant clothing reduces the risk of burns in the event of an arc flash. Thirdly, employ non-conductive tools whenever possible. Non-conductive tools minimize the risk of accidental shorts and electrical contact. Fourthly, maintain a safe working distance from energized parts. This distance is determined by the voltage level and the potential for arc flash. Fifthly, ensure proper grounding and bonding. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, tripping the circuit breaker and preventing electrical shock. Bonding connects all metal parts of the electrical system to create a low impedance path for fault current. Sixthly, use insulated cord caps and receptacles. Insulated cord caps and receptacles provide an extra layer of protection against electrical shock. Seventhly, inspect cord caps and receptacles regularly for damage. Damaged cord caps and receptacles can create a shock hazard. Eighthly, never insert or remove a cord cap with wet hands or while standing on a wet surface. Water is a conductor of electricity and increases the risk of electric shock. Ninthly, be aware of your surroundings. Avoid distractions and maintain focus on the task at hand. Tenthly, if you are unsure about any aspect of the work, consult with a qualified electrician or supervisor. Additionally, implementing a lockout-tagout procedure is crucial when de-energizing electrical equipment. Lockout-tagout involves placing a lock and tag on the circuit breaker or disconnect switch to prevent accidental re-energization while work is in progress. This procedure ensures that the circuit remains energized until the work is completed and the lock and tag are removed by the authorized person. In situations where energized work is unavoidable, a detailed risk assessment should be conducted to identify potential hazards and implement appropriate control measures. This assessment should consider factors such as the voltage level, the complexity of the task, and the experience level of the personnel involved. Furthermore, regular safety training is essential to ensure that workers are competent in safe work practices and understand the risks associated with energized electrical work. This training should cover topics such as electrical safety standards, hazard recognition, PPE usage, and lockout-tagout procedures. It is also important to emphasize the importance of reporting any electrical hazards or near misses to prevent future incidents. A proactive safety culture that encourages open communication and continuous improvement is essential for maintaining a safe working environment. Remember that electrical safety is everyone's responsibility, and by following safe work practices, you can significantly reduce the risk of electrical accidents and injuries. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides comprehensive guidelines for electrical safety. It's important to consult the latest edition of the NEC and adhere to its requirements for safe electrical installations and practices. Understanding basic electrical principles is also essential. Firstly, voltage is the electrical potential difference between 2 points. Secondly, current is the flow of electrical charge. Thirdly, resistance is the opposition to current flow. Fourthly, Ohm's law states the relationship between voltage, current, and resistance. Fifthly, power is the rate at which electrical energy is transferred. Understanding these principles helps in identifying potential hazards and implementing appropriate safety measures. When selecting cord caps and receptacles, ensure that they are rated for the voltage and amperage of the circuit. Using improperly rated components can lead to overheating, equipment failure, and electrical hazards. Regularly inspect electrical cords for damage, such as frayed insulation or exposed wires. Damaged cords should be replaced immediately to prevent electrical shock. Avoid overloading electrical circuits by plugging too many devices into a single outlet. Overloading can cause the circuit breaker to trip, and in some cases can lead to a fire. Use surge protectors to protect electronic equipment from voltage spikes. Surge protectors can prevent damage to sensitive electronic components caused by power surges. When working near energized equipment, maintain a safe distance from conductive materials such as metal pipes or tools. These materials can provide a path for electrical current to flow to ground. Always use caution when working with electricity, and never take shortcuts that could compromise safety. Electrical safety should always be the top priority. Keep your work area clean and free of clutter. A cluttered work area can increase the risk of accidents and injuries. Use appropriate lighting to ensure adequate visibility. Proper lighting helps to prevent mistakes and reduces the risk of electrical shock. Before starting any electrical work, take a moment to plan the task and identify potential hazards. This will help you to work safely and efficiently. If you are working with a portable generator, ensure that it is properly grounded. Improper grounding can create a shock hazard. Avoid using extension cords as a permanent wiring solution. Extension cords should only be used temporarily and should be properly rated for the load. Store electrical cords and equipment in a dry and safe location. This will help to prevent damage and extend the lifespan of the equipment. Regularly inspect electrical panels for signs of corrosion or damage. Corrosion can weaken electrical connections and increase the risk of electrical shock. If you notice any unusual smells or sounds coming from electrical equipment, such as burning or buzzing, turn off the power immediately and investigate the cause. These could be signs of an electrical problem. Do not attempt to repair electrical equipment unless you are qualified to do so. Electrical repairs should only be performed by qualified electricians. When working with electricity, always be aware of the potential hazards and take the necessary precautions to protect yourself and others. Electrical safety is a critical aspect of workplace safety. By adhering to safe practices, you can significantly reduce the risk of electrical accidents and injuries.